Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Wear Test Wednesday and we are testing out the Anastasia Beverlyhills Luminous foundation. Holy cow, look at this packaging. I mean, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. When I saw that Anastasia was releasing this, I was super excited. I felt like there were so many new releases with matte foundations and it was just refreshing to see a luminous foundation. I have normal to dry skin. This foundation comes in 50 different shades. 50 different shades. That is so many shades, so many different undertones. My shade is number 315N and it's a medium skin tone with a neutral beige undertone. Okay, there are a lot of claims on this foundation. Radiant, long wearing, weightless, ultra fresh, blurs any imperfection, easy to blend, free of flashback, free of oxidization, doesn't need to be set with the powder, no caking. Holy cow, that is quite a lot of claims and I'm excited to see exactly how this wears. If you're interested, go ahead and keep watching. Starting with the Beauty Blender. All right. It definitely applies thick. The shade doesn't look too bad either. This is definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. This definitely feels like a thicker consistency, more mousse-like. This is what the foundation looks like with one layer. Go ahead and do the brush side. I have a Real Techniques buffing brush. So now that the foundation is applied, some things that I've noticed is it does seem to emphasize a lot of texture that I didn't even realize I had, especially right here on my cheek area. It seems to be clinging to some patches around my nose. The spot that looks luminous to me is my forehead. It's a little shiny up there. I do have normal to dry skin. Sponge side does look more natural. The brush side does look a little bit thicker. I'm now going to apply some concealer, see how it blends out on top of this, and then I will just lightly set the concealer and then we'll go from there. Makeup is finished. It is 11:36 p.m. Whoa, a.m. Having a really late start to the day. My goal is to wear this for 8 hours. I think that'll be plenty of time to test out this foundation. I lightly set just the spots that I was going to be blending out with this Milani Prep Set & Go translucent powder. Bronzed up with my favorite Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is Island Ting. Then with my Tarte little palette here, and I use the highlight. The highlight is Whimsical, and I use the blush Angelic and Fortunate. I set everything with the Anastasia Dewy set, and then I went in with Anastasia Beverlyhills liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. I thought I'd keep it a little bit brand related, just because there are a lot of products of theirs that I really like. Looking at this foundation, I'm seeing it looks heavy to me just from initial application and where we're starting at, especially on my chin area. It looks cakey. Like I said, emphasizing texture I didn't quite know I had. I do feel like this is aging my skin a little bit. I'll be back in a few hours to show you how it's wearing throughout the day. Coming to you guys in the heat. It is 4:40, which means the foundation has been on for 5 hours, and I think my bronzer and blush looks really good in my highlight. But I've been noticing that this foundation looks super heavy and it accentuates my fine lines. It's been settling into my fine lines a lot. You can look around my mouth. It just is accentuating lines I had no idea I even had. Like around my nose, it's just been caking up. It's showing texture, like I said, that I didn't even know was there. Forehead looks, it's not doing it any favors. I have tried this foundation 5 or 6 times. I'll check in with you guys in a few hours and we'll see how it's wearing then. Hi guys, here for the last check-in. I've been trying to find some good lighting around the house and it is 8:11 p.m. Wow, am I trying to blind everybody. Love the packaging. I have always been such a sucker for Anastasia Beverlyhills, almost pretty much all of their products. So for the packaging, I definitely give this a 5. For application, The sponge definitely applied this foundation better. So if you're deciding between a brush and a sponge, definitely go with the sponge. The brush is super easy though if you're just looking for something really fast, but the application with that, the finish isn't very nice. It just doesn't smooth everything over, and it really attracts to fine lines and bumps. Gave the application I'm gonna give it a 3. Longevity of this foundation, for 8 hours. It's not that it has a problem staying on my face, it's just about what it's looking like. I noticed immediately after a few hours, I was not happy with my makeup. Yesterday, I actually wore this foundation just because I wanted to keep trying it out, and I looked in the mirror about an hour and a half after I had put on my makeup, and I was texture all over my face. I just couldn't believe it. And even my husband was like, yeah, your makeup's not looking that great today. So unfortunately for that, I had for longevity and all of that, I gave it a 2. Then for transfer resistant, I actually gave this a 4 because very easily, which is phenomenal. So that's a plus. So I gave that a 4. Price, I gave it a 3 just because it is a higher price foundation, and just because a foundation has a high price doesn't mean I'll give it a low score for the price range. It depends about the formula, because I will happily pay like $50, $60 for a foundation if I absolutely love it. This, on the other hand, I gave it a 3 because it's just not one of my, I wouldn't consider it my go-to foundation for that price range. There are $12 foundations that I actually prefer over this, so I gave it a 3 for that reason. The overall formula for my skin, which my skin is normal to dry, I gave it a 2. This foundation didn't work for me at all. So the final score of this foundation is a 3.4. If you have a different skin type than me or have any different thoughts about this foundation, please leave them in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give this a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.